everybody, and welcome back to HR Unlocked, the podcast. I'm your host, Abby, and
You know what? I don't know how I feel about I'm your host. I
I'm one of your hosts.
yeah. I just
I'm one of your friends.
not friends. I'm one of your leaders.
Yes, your leaders,
Okay,
my employees. Welcome back.
yeah, I'm AJ. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. How you doing today?
I'm good. It's hot, but I think it's slowly cooling. But
Started. Don't get me started.
yeah,
You know what's crazy? In my
mm,
office, it's always freezing.
you have a jacket. Oh, you usually have.
I I used to bring an office jacket, but then I got really weird about germs.
You,
You know what I'm saying?
you
It just seems
you
to
have a
me.
blanket in your office. No.
I'm weird about germs. I just have this feeling like, and I know maybe it's not happening, but I'm like, what if it falls when the people are cleaning? What if there's somebody touching it that I don't want it to touch? I won't know if I'm when I'm not there. So I went away with that. But I have a portable heater, and that helps me. It's tremendous. It's great. I love it.
Can you did safety approve that?
Yeah. Safety absolutely approved.
Okay, sure. Employees welcome.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for joining. Yeah.
But
How are you?
I'm doing good. I got a message on my phone just a few minutes ago that said flu season is around the corner. Go get your
Already?
flu shot. And I thought to myself, dang, we only got 5 months left in the year.
Do you get flu shots?
But okay, disclaimer, I'm not anti-vax.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
am not.
Thank you for making that disclaimer.
But I just personally for me, I don't know, like I just don't get them.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I've only had, I don't know, maybe one or two. Like,
yeah, like, and I'm not against it. I think also for elder populations and people who are immunocompromised, get your flu shot because it will help you.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I haven't gotten it, especially post COVID. I was getting them both at the same time, which is
Okay.
wild.
Yeah.
Like, it'll take you out. Like, I got one of my vaccines and COVID and the flu shot at the same time,
Hmm.
and it just wipes you out. But
Yeah.
worth it for the protection.
Yeah.
But no, I don't get it like on the every year on the same time, that type of thing.
Well, that was the health portion of our HR Life podcast.
Next, tune in.
Right.
Right.
You talk about colonoscopies.
Okay.
All right.
No, but yeah, it's crazy that we only got 5 months left. It's
Yeah.
like, where did it go?
Yeah.
But between the chaos, we just we stumbled by here. Merry Christmas.
Right. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. You're right.
Yeah. Is that the right way to
Yes, that is the politically correct way to say it.
Yeah.
But you can say Merry Christmas, Happy
Yeah.
Hanukkah,
Yeah. Whatever. Or not.
whatever you celebrate.
Or not celebrate anything. Whatever you want to do.
So yeah, I don't know. But I guess that leads us to the topic of our episode today. We are going to be talking about succession planning.
Love it.
We just had a episode with Jeremy. What's his last name again? I forget.
Irvin.
We just had that episode with Jeremy, which we talked a lot about workforce development, and I think it kind of had us talking a little bit more about, how do organizations develop their employees internally, and create those plans to get them to the next step? Because somebody can have all the good skills and
Yep.
all the amazing things, but if the company they're in, the corporation they're in, is not spending the time to develop them or develop a plan for their future, it's kind of like untapped territory.
Yeah. And we just talked about. We had an episode about I don't want to be a leader, like unconscious bossy or not wanting to go the leadership track.
Yeah.
And the question I always ask my stakeholders or people I'm supporting, who is ready to take your spot when it's time for you to elevate? Like, when it's time for you to be promoted to VP or plant manager, whatever. Who is ready? Is there somebody ready to take your spot right now? Or are you developing somebody to take your spot? I think that's a good question. Especially we should always have in the back of our mind as a director. I'm always thinking like anybody on my team right now can develop to be ready to take this director role on.
Right.
Maybe at least have somebody. But if you don't, I think it's a concern. I think it's if you don't have anybody in mind, I think that's a concern.
Well, and it's twofold, right? If you don't have anybody in mind, it could be a situation where you walked into a leadership role and you weren't necessarily responsible for hiring the people beneath you.
Yeah.
So maybe you're just thinking they need a lot more work before I can consider them to be a backup to me.
Mhm.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's where you develop that plan.
Yep.
Then there's the other more insidious approach where people are like, "I don't wanna develop a backlog because they don't then that I won't be needed."
Bingo.
Um, and so for me, that is where things kind of fall apart, right? Um, I've worked at different organizations where succession planning was I am, grandpa and grandson's coming in after I leave.
Mm.
And when grandson finishes, their son will be in that
Ah, okay.
role. So sometimes it kind of can be a bit toxic in
Yep.
the way that it's handled. Because it's or it can be like this formalized process that happens once a year and then it's never touched. It's just something in the system, right? Like
Yep.
I utilize Workday. What do you guys do? AWP?
NP, yeah.
So we do these campaigns in Workday and it's like, hey, oh, we're gonna do growth ability and succession planning. And we punch the names into boxes.
Mhm.
Where does it go from there? I don't
Mhm.
there's not really an individual development plan established for the person. It's not really followed up on. And I get it, especially in high performance organizations.
Yeah.
There's so much on our plates, but we always need to prepare for worst case scenario. For example, post COVID, great resignation period, people left like organizations left and right,
Yeah.
and there was no plan. So it left these companies in the wind
Literally.
just trying to figure out what the heck do we do?
Yeah.
Bob has always done this and now he's gone.
Brenda, get ready.
Yes, somebody's got to figure out how we put the pieces together.
Yeah.
Um, So, and it also another comment I want to kind of touch base on is: Are you in a company that prioritizes growth?
Mm.
Are you in a company that really wants that for its employees, or are you in a company that is valuing get the work done? We don't care
Yeah.
as long as it's done. As long as we don't have safety issues, as long as we don't have quality issues,
Mhm.
we don't care.
Yeah.
And so, it's tough.
Yeah. When going back to the grandfather's in, now son, then grandson, all nepotism at its finest, right? And I guess it's sometimes good if there's a good organization. Maybe that's just how it's always been, and I really
Mhm.
hate that saying,
Yeah, same.
because it kind of exemplifies they don't want to grow, they don't want to develop, they don't want to do anything new. They just gonna want to keep the same processes. We're gonna use paper for applications, paper for payroll, paper. My God, get out of that.
Keeps you in the Stone Age. You're not gonna
Yeah,
be innovative, you're not gonna be able to keep up with the change of
yeah.
time.
But organizations who are investing in growth, what does that look like? My organization, we're we're doing training. We're supervisors are going off site to this training to get developed. There's level 1 through 4. They're going through the levels. Beginner leaders. Level 2 is like intermediate. Like okay, you've learned. Let's apply what you learned. Level 2, level 3 and 4 is more of a almost like a role play type real life examples, and you're going through, you're doing these scenarios. So I think they're investing in the supervisors. We're
Mhm.
we're creating this supervisor boot camp,
Love that.
same type. It's more like an orientation. Like you're gonna do all these things prior to like doing your 100% full-time job. You need to know these things. You need to get trained and develop and understand just how we do things.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
again that shows that we're investing in and developing. We're spending the money to send them off site.
Yes. It's substantive, it's
Just
not
think about
just
how much money that is per person. It's not
right.
a total, it's per person.
For sure.
So
And then you lose that person for the day. So, but to me, that shows an investment in
mhm,
their future. It's substantive.
yeah,
Um, I've worked for many organizations that have these training budgets and they say, oh, we need to have, 12 hours of training per person this
mm,
year. But is it substantive or you're having somebody just sit in front of a computer and click
completely. Yeah.
e-learning?
Now there's I know you're gonna say this, but there's no knock to e-learning.
No, 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 there isn't.
I mean, there's some decent 2 to 5 minute clips and videos that we learn out. I
Mhm.
mean, we do them all the time.
Yeah, of course.
But I think it's more impactful. A frontline leader, somebody who's in the building, who's doing the job, is more impactful for them to go on the outside. Like
I think so.
leave their environment where they're most comfortable, going somewhere else, different environment, maybe even invite different companies around the city or like-minded individuals or manufacturing, automotive,
Mhm.
supply chain, whatever type organizations to come and train with you. Now you're meeting people, you're networking, and
You're
maybe
painting examples like, "Hey, I've dealt with this. What is your approach and how can
yep,
I" so,
exactly.
like, that collaboration is
Yep.
really, like, vital, and I agree, like, I think that there's so much, like, e-learnings are great, but there's just so much that you can pull from them,
Mhm.
and I think it gets to a level too when you're just, like, constantly
True.
going through them, you're not really absorbing that
Yeah.
information. So for sure, I think that's amazing that your company's doing that, and hopefully that's gonna be a part of, like, your core competencies for that role,
Yep.
whatever role it is,
Mm.
hey, you know, maybe this is within your first year within the company or your first 60 days. Part of this is you need to go to this management workshop
Yep.
and complete, the
X
training
amount of
provided.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that we know that, hey, you have what is needed to complete the role. And
Yep.
also, uh, if there is any skills that are lacking, hopefully that training can help build them up.
Absolutely.
Um, but also to piggyback off of that, it's also just not about um, that one event of training as a form of development, right? It's also, I think, what would make succession planning very impactful is including that as a part of the talent review process. And, like, I say that, like, talent review meaning, also, like, yearly review. So, when someone is going through their yearly review for raises and all these
Mhm.
things and performance evaluation, including that, what comes next for you?
Mhm.
And sometimes also organizations don't wanna admit it, sometimes it's not gonna be within this organization here.
Right.
But there's a certain level of, uh how do you like motivation that most individuals have
Mhm.
and want to grow that sometimes can't be satisfied where they're at. And they need to also see that. They need to see like, hey, we value you as a great employee. We really think you're awesome, but this is the top out level here.
Mhm.
But we want to help you get to that top out level. So like this is what you need to work on, this is what you need to work on. So
Yeah. That's good. I think including that because what if we included it as who raised their hand to develop and get more training? Oh, you completed 20 additional trainings during the year.
right.
Here's an extra, like maybe you get extra. Maybe you get
Mhm.
they get an incentive for it, or maybe
For
they're
sure.
recognized as oh, you was only get a they have these 2% raises. Maybe oh, you did 20 extra. Maybe you get a 4% and not just 3%.
Right.
Whatever.
And it's self-driving, like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
like
like, I can incentive base in some way to help me
right.
wanna push forward."
Yeah, and want to learn and develop. Also, there's also the what we talked about in the previous episodes is what if someone doesn't want to do that?
Mm.
I think still providing us the tools and if they want to take advantage of it, by all means
Notating
do
that,
it. Yeah.
right? Documentation number 1, "Hey, listen, this person, is hired as a quality engineer. He is happy with his role. He doesn't seek a leadership track. He does not want to, go to a different position outside of this."
Yeah.
But also there's other ways you can still develop that person that's not for the management track, right? They can still be exemplary leaders amongst their team, right? Just by their behavior, just by what they know. So, I agree, not everybody needs to be a manager or is going to want to be a manager, but we can develop them in different ways.
Yeah. So question here.
Mhm,
The organization provides all the tools. You're a great leader.
mhm,
I work for you.
mhm.
Um, which I think would be super fun. Uh,
Or vice versa.
oh, you may be a little mean. You may be a little mean.
No,
No?
I'm a millennial manager.
Right?
People say,
Don't we love those? I mean, just do your job. Okay, we get on track. I work for you, but I'm not ready. You see this in me, but at the same time, I'm lacking some things. It's time for you to get promoted. Like the VP, chief people officers, hey, Abby,
Mhm.
we're promoting you to senior vice president. Someone needs to take your senior director role. You want to give it to me, but I'm not ready.
Mm.
Like, what happens?
So in that situation, I would say that I hope that you would be having transparent conversations with that person so that they understand where they're at. Because I think that's where people kind of things get flipped on its head a little bit because sometimes you'll have a boss that's like constantly like egging you on and saying you're amazing. And then when the time comes, you don't get the job. And you're like, what the heck, man? Like, you
Mhm.
said I was amazing. You told me all these great,
My performance reviews were excellent.
why didn't I? why wasn't I considered?
Yep.
It's because they're holding back, and I think some of that is because people don't wanna hurt feelings,
Mhm.
and there is a thing called constructive criticism, and I know some people just label that when they're just being mean, but no, like, that means from the moment you have somebody that is reporting directly to you, being honest, giving that feedback, and having that open communication, and, like, just even saying, like, "Hey, I appreciated that you took the initiative here, but this is how I would have done it." Moving forward, can you take notes on that so that we can make sure this process is standardized moving forward?
Keyword corrective.
Mhm.
Like, we're not trying to be mean to you, or at the same time, we didn't get here by our looks. Like,
Mhm.
we worked hard.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
proved ourselves. We took the extra steps. We took initiative. We went the extra mile. Sometimes that's not necessary,
Right.
but most times it's necessary. You
Helps you.
Yeah, it
Gets you
helps.
to that next level.
Yeah. So it's not that we don't know what we're talking about. We've been in your shoes. We've done the job.
Right.
So our role here, not only for us, but for you, it's like half and half. We want to make sure we're an effective leader by having somebody ready. But we also want to pour into you and develop you and correct those, sometimes they're minor things that you do that you shouldn't do, like replying to all. Stop it. Stop doing that.
You're going to jail. So
Like, stop replying all with a
Oh, yeah.
with the thank you. Stop it.
Yeah, there's just certain things that don't require that.
Yeah, yeah. Or talking out of turn in a meeting, or rambling about absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. If you don't have anything to really input, you don't have to say anything.
Yes.
Most time we go around the room and I say, "All right, Abby, Brenda, Bob,
What do
you have anything? You have anything?"
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to say anything. You have to. You can say no, nothing for me.
For
That's
sure.
totally okay.
I almost feel like that's more impactful because
Yeah.
when you do have something to say, I'm gonna be like, "All right, let's listen to what he's got to
Right.
say."
And
You know what I mean?
then you say, I ate cheeseburgers today.
Yeah,
Who
what's
gets a rest behind? I got them from Judge Judy who gets rest behind. Shout out to Judge Judy.
and that you love her.
Right. I really Just Mathis, he good too.
Yeah, low joke, man.
But yeah, like you don't have to speak. It's okay.
Yeah, for sure. And that's, it kind of speaks to also just like, what's your brand? We talked about that before.
Work
How are you
plan.
going to present yourself in the workforce?
Yeah.
But also again, those are things sometimes you have to learn, right? You kind of have to learn.
Yeah.
Different environments teach you quicker than others.
Amen.
So I don't know it, but I mean, I think as a whole, though, as you mentioned, just like I think organizations need to do a better job at really just practicing what they're preaching and making succession planning like an embedded part of their everyday.
Yeah.
Um, and also recognizing when you have those issues of, okay, well, we've seen this person have 3 people beneath them. No one's ever good enough to get a promotion.
Yeah.
Let's tap in there to see what's going on.
What's going on? Let's look at the leader, because are they gatekeeping? We did episode on that. Are
Right.
they saying what you said earlier was, I don't want anybody to be better than me because at
Mhm.
that point I'm not needed, and they may just terminate me and
Yeah, promote that person.
yeah.
And that also speaks to are you at a company that has the culture of growth?
Are you
Like,
confident
you
in
have to
growth?
analyze that for yourself, and that's why we're here to tell y'all, like,
Yeah.
moving on is okay.
Yep.
Don't Once you realize you're not in a culture of growth and you have tapped out in the sense of you no longer feel fulfilled by your work on the day-to-day basis because you need a bigger challenge or you want more,
Mhm.
it's okay.
Yeah.
That is a key sign to say, like, it's time now. It's time for me to move on to my next journey, my next adventure, because sometimes we can't change the systems we're in, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
what we can change is ourselves, and we can change where we, um, you know, give our skills and where we put forth our effort on a
And,
day
and
to day basis.
and make the most impact. What
Mhm.
what have you've done your job. You've mastered it at this point. I was like, man, I want to do something else. The organization, I'm sure, has other opportunities where you can collaborate with other departments.
Yeah.
So hey, tap into those, and it's okay to reach out and say, "Hey, I saw you guys are working on this. You- Can I help?" Like, you can do
Yeah.
that.
Through exposure. That's another thing. Just simple things like exposure for sure.
Yeah, I think succession plan is very important, and it's in this episode is more for the leadership to recognize, okay, who do I have right now? Who are my leaders in my department outside of myself? Who can I say, okay, I'm going on vacation. I need you to handle it. I need you to
And that helps
man the team.
the manager. Like, imagine if you are caught up and you can't make a meeting or you can't do something, you know that you have a competent team who can fill in those gaps for you.
Like, hey, Abby, I'm double booked. Can you go to this one, take the notes, provide any insight, any impact, and just let me know what happens after? Yeah.
For sure. So it's just
Yeah, we'll be invited to all the meetings. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, yeah. I'd be like, "Abby, you got this one? Yep, I got this one." Yeah.
okay, back and forth, we got it. No, yeah. But, yeah, there's just, yeah, I think to echo what you said for sure, just being mindful, making it a part of your, DNA within your organization. And then also on the employee side, if you feel like you've tapped into every avenue and there's nothing there, move on.
Yeah, employees, business leaders, HR professionals, thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. It's a great
Um,
episode.
yeah, we're passionate about succession planning. I miss working with you.
I know.
Every time we get on this podcast, I'm like, man, we
We'd be
do
so great.
we would be so great. We're just missing one.
I
You know, where you at?
Mhm.
Where you at, man?
I don't know.
But we were like the
No, we
the team. Well, we were the
was
team.
the team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was yeah.
and we always got it done.
Yeah, obviously. But I think we will be, you know, prayerfully this podcast takes off and we will be on those stages and providing the same
Yeah.
impact to those business leaders, HR, and professional. But until then, subscribe, like this video. You're watching it, go ahead and like it. I mean, be a good employee.
Please.
And before you get a pip, it's time for a pip at this point.
Mhm.
Uh,
Agreed.
and what's the average of people come out of a pip? We're not talking about it, but it's pretty low. So yeah, do better. Thanks so much for joining us. Abby, is there anything else we're missing?
No, thank you guys so much again. Until our next meeting.
That's good. Let's have a great week.